In the heart of the African savanna, nestled between ancient baobab trees and winding rivers, lay the village of Ngoma. This village was known for its rich traditions, vibrant community, and profound connection to the spirits of their ancestors. Among the many families that lived there, one stood out, the Baligans, a family of esteemed griots, the storytellers and keepers of oral history. The head of the Baligan family, Baba Baligan, was a wise and respected elder. He had 2 grandchildren who showed great promise in carrying on the family's legacy, Kofi and Amia. Kofi, the elder by 2 years, was a curious and adventurous young man. He had a deep love for nature and often ventured into the wild, learning the secrets of the land and the animals that inhabited it. Kofi's connection to the natural world was unparalleled. He could mimic the calls of birds, track animals silently, and even communicate with the spirits of the forest. Amia, on the other hand, was a gifted storyteller and musician. Her voice could captivate an entire village, and her drumming could summon rain from the heavens. Amia had a unique ability to weave the stories of their ancestors into enchanting performances, ensuring that the history and lessons of their people were never forgotten. One day, a great drought threatened Ngoma. The rivers dried up, the crops withered, and the animals began to disappear. The village elders gathered and decided to seek the help of the spirits of their ancestors. Baba Baligan, now frail and wise, entrusted Kofi and Amia with the sacred task. "The spirits have spoken to me in dreams," Baba Baligan said, his voice weak but determined. "You must journey to the sacred grove of the baobab, where the great ancestor resides. Only by gaining his blessing can we hope to bring rain to our land." Kofi and Amia set off on their journey, guided by the stories and wisdom passed down by their grandfather. Along the way, they faced many challenges. Kofi's knowledge of the wilderness and his ability to read the signs of nature helped them navigate treacherous terrain and avoid dangerous predators. Ama's stories and songs provided them with courage and hope, lifting their spirits when they were weary. One night, as they camped under the stars, Amia told Kofi a tale of the great ancestor, a mighty spirit who once brought prosperity to their land. "The great ancestor values courage, wisdom, and unity," she said. "We must show him that we possess these qualities if we are to earn his favor." After many days, they finally reached the sacred grove of the baobab. The ancient tree stood tall and majestic, its massive trunk and sprawling branches a testament to its timeless presence. Kofi and Amia approached the tree with reverence, performing a ritual taught to them by their grandfather. As they finished, a deep voice resonated from within the baobab. The great ancestor appeared, a towering figure with eyes that gleamed like the stars and a presence that commanded respect. "Why have you come, children of Baligan?" he asked. Kofi stepped forward and spoke of their village's plight, their journey, and their unwavering hope. Amia then sang a song of their ancestors, a beautiful melody that told of bravery, wisdom, and the power of unity. The great ancestor listened intently, moved by their sincerity and courage. "You have shown great wisdom and unity," he said. "I will grant your village the rain it needs, but remember, the balance of nature must always be respected. Cherish and protect it." With a wave of his hand, dark clouds gathered in the sky, and rain began to pour down, soaking the parched earth. Kofi and Amia thanked the great ancestor and hurried back to their village, bringing the joyful news. Kofi and Amia returned to Ngoma, their spirits high and their hearts full of hope. The village erupted in celebration, with dances, songs, and feasts in honor of their bravery and the blessing of the rain. Baba Baligan called a grand council to share the story of their journey, ensuring that every villager knew of the great ancestors' favor. As the village basked in prosperity, a new challenge arose. A neighboring village, Kabira, faced a mysterious illness. Their chief, a respected friend of Ngoma, sought Baba Baligan's counsel. Kofi and Amia, eager to help, volunteered to journey to Kabira and find a cure. Kofi and Amia met with They decided to seek the help of Naima, a renowned healer who lived deep within the forest. Guided by Kofi's knowledge of nature, they embarked on this new quest. The journey to Naima's dwelling was fraught with dangers. They encountered wild animals, treacherous terrain, and mysterious forest spirits. Kofi's skills and Oma's calming songs helped them navigate these challenges. Naima, impressed by their determination, agreed to help. She revealed that the curse was tied to an ancient artifact stolen from her ancestors. To lift the curse, they must return the artifact to its rightful place in the Cave of Echoes. Kofi and Oma set off for the Cave of Echoes, a place shrouded in legend and danger. Along the way, they uncovered clues about the artifact's history and the dark forces that coveted its power. Inside the cave, they faced trials that tested their courage and wisdom. The cave spirits recounted tales of past heroes and warned them of the artifact's guardian, a powerful entity that protected the sacred relic. Kofi and Oma confronted the guardian, a fierce spirit who tested their resolve. Through cleverness and bravery, they proved their worth and restored the artifact to its rightful place, lifting the curse. With the curse lifted, Kofi and Oma returned to Kabira, bringing healing and hope. The two villages strengthened their bonds, vowing to support each other in times of need. Ngoma and Kabira entered a new era of cooperation and prosperity. Kofi and Oma, now celebrated as heroes, began to teach the younger generation about their adventures and the importance of unity. A mysterious stranger arrived in Ngoma, claiming to have knowledge of a great danger approaching. He spoke of a shadow spreading across the land, threatening to plunge it into darkness. The stranger revealed a prophecy: a great evil would rise, and only those who had earned the favor of the spirits could stand against it. Baba Baligan, recognizing the truth in his words, asked Kofi and Oma to seek out the wise seer of the mountain. Kofi and Oma journeyed to the Mountain of Wisdom, where they met the seer. She revealed a vision of an ancient enemy, long thought defeated, rising again. They would need to unite the neighboring villages to stand a chance. Kofi and Oma traveled to neighboring villages, spreading the seer's warning and calling for unity. Each village had its own challenges and leaders who needed convincing. The leaders of each village tested Kofi and Oma's resolve, wisdom, and integrity. Through diplomacy, bravery, and storytelling, they managed to forge alliances. The tribes gathered in Ngoma for a grand council. Kofi and Oma shared their vision and laid out a plan to prepare for the coming darkness. The villages began training warriors and preparing defenses. Kofi and Oma, alongside the elders, taught the people strategies and shared the wisdom of their ancestors. Scouts reported sightings of dark creatures at the borders. Kofi led a small group to investigate, resulting in the first skirmish with the enemy. They realized the enemy was powerful and cunning. Oma received a vision from the spirits warning of a traitor in their midst. The village leaders became wary, knowing they had to find the traitor before it was too late. Through careful observation and clever tactics, Kofi and Oma uncovered the traitor, a villager manipulated by the enemy's dark magic. They freed him from the curse and gained valuable information about the enemy's plans. The information led them to the Dark Fortress, the enemy's stronghold. Kofi and Oma planned a daring raid to weaken the enemy from within. Disguised and using stealth, Kofi and Oma infiltrated the fortress. They gathered intelligence and sabotaged key defenses, dealing a significant blow to the enemy. Returning to Ngoma, Kofi and Oma shared their findings. The villagers were inspired by their courage and prepared for the final battle. Kofi and Oma performed a sacred ritual to gain the spirits' blessing for the coming battle. The spirits bestowed upon them powerful gifts to aid in their fight. The enemy launched a massive attack on the united villages. Kofi and Oma led the defense, their combined strength and wisdom rallying the villagers. At the height of the battle, Kofi and Oma used the spirits' gifts to turn the tide. Their unity and courage inspired their allies to fight with renewed vigor. Kofi and Amia faced the enemy leader, a dark sorcerer of immense power. The battle was fierce, but their bond and the spirit's blessings helped them overcome the sorcerer's dark magic. With the sorcerer defeated, the enemy forces crumbled. The united villages celebrated their hard-won victory and the dawn of a new era of peace. The villages held ceremonies to honor those who had fallen in the battle. Kofi and Amia's leadership was recognized, and they were celebrated as heroes. With the threat gone, the villages focused on rebuilding and strengthening their bonds. Kofi and Amia played key roles in this process, ensuring that the spirit of unity endured. Peace brought new challenges, including disputes and natural disasters. Kofi and Amia continued to lead with wisdom, using their experiences to guide the villages through these trials. As the years passed, Kofi and Amia trained the next generation of leaders and storytellers. They ensured that the wisdom of their ancestors would be carried on. A grand council was held to formalize the alliance between the villages. Leaders signed a charter, symbolizing their commitment to peace and cooperation. The villages celebrated their unity with an annual festival, featuring dances, music, and storytelling. Kofi and Amia's stories were central to the festivities. Whispers of a new threat began to spread, causing concern among the villagers. Kofi and Amia prepared to investigate, determined to protect their people. Kofi and Amia, now elders, were respected and consulted by all. They offered counsel to villagers who sought their wisdom. Their descendants continued their legacy, facing new adventures with the same spirit and determination. A sacred flame burned in Ngoma, symbolizing unity and resilience. Villagers gathered around it to hear stories of past heroes and draw inspiration. New griots, trained by Kofi and Amia, traveled across the land, spreading wisdom and keeping traditions alive. Future generations celebrated the legacy of Kofi and Amia. The village thrived, united in their shared history and the lessons passed down through the ages.